The main event at UFC 266 will feature a UFC featherweight title bout between the champ, Alexander Volkanovski, and a guy looking to get that championship for a second shot at the title, Brian Ortega. Guys, appreciate the time. Alexander, let me start with you, because originally you guys were going to fight about 6 months ago. That fight clearly had to be postponed until September. What impact, if anything, did that layoff have on your preparation for this fight?
Man, like, it hasn't impacted anything now. Now everything's all good. You know, it gave us a chance to do the Ultimate Fighter, so that's all good. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Obviously, I wish I went out there and defended the title early in the year, but I'm going to go out there and sort it out September. So nothing changes. Just gives me more time to get in better nick and better prepared and put some hands on good old Ortega over here.
There seems to be some growing animosity between you guys, Brian. Is that accurate from where the fans sit and watch this show?
Not really. I mean, not too much, Little we had a little exchange of words here and there, We kind of both didn't see eye to eye too much on some other stuff, but carried them on my shoulders. It was all fun and games. All
right. Alexander, what about you?
Oh, mate, I'll put it this way. It's not the same as it was the first time we're going to fight. Things do change, especially being in the presence of each other, especially when you're competing against each other. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're going to have jabs at each other and say certain things to stir each other up. But, one thing that obviously you can see is being professional, you know what I mean? And, I'm always on time, and obviously you can see me always stirring him up, and he doesn't take that too serious. But for me, I find that lazy, you know what I mean? So again, he can be as lazy as he wants. But, if you're going to have that sort of mentality, getting ready to face me in a few months, mate, you're going to have big problems, I can tell you that.
Be on time to our fight. Don't worry about it.
All right, fair enough.
You'll be on time for your preparation, just not for your boys. Eh? Is that what you're telling me?
Alexander, let me go back to your run-up to this fight. You're 9-0 in the UFC. Of course, you won the featherweight belt by taking out Max Holloway. You defended that belt against him. What challenges do you see across the cage when you look at Brian Ortega?
Look, he's a completely different fighter to what he was a couple of years ago. What you've seen in previous fights, obviously we do a bit of study, and there's massive changes. Obviously, there's massive changes in their style of fighting and in their camp and things like that, and I'm aware of that. He was able to showcase some of them skills in his last performance, but in saying that, no disrespect to Zombie gave him the opportunity to just let him do his work. But as you know, I don't just let people fight their fight. When they're in front of me, it's a total different ball game. When I'm in front of you, fighting my fight, and that's that. So it's going to be totally different. Again, he has evolved as a fighter, but is it enough? No. That belt's staying here with me.
Brian, he mentioned your last fight. Now, before that, you lost to Holloway in an attempt to get the 145-pound belt. And that was before Alexander beat Max twice, but you did come back in very impressive fashion against the Korean Zombie, as Alex just gave you credit for. How did that last bout, though, prepare you for another shot at the title at a guy like Alexander Volkanovski?
Well, before, I really didn't have much to work with. I was training out of a garage and eating Jack in the Box and everything. I kind of just was on to just go in there and fight. I was known for my submissions, and other than that, I was just known to be a brawler. Now, after that fight, it showed me a level to where, in order to hang with these boys, these top level guys, you can't just kind of wing it. You have to really get some real coaching, some real people in, hire some real teams, and get to work. And I had a long time to prepare for these guys, or at least for Zombie, right? A long camp, actually, because I got injured, and it allowed me to just learn. I became a student of the game. I learned more stand-up. I learned how to wrestle. I learned how to do different things, and started reinventing myself as a fighter. The last fight, I don't think Zombie gave me anything. I took everything. It was a way that I fought him. It goes to show you just, the advancements and the improvements that I've done and I've been working so hard to achieve. And now we're here with another shot, you know, against a champ now, and different champ, but different strategy, different plan, but same thing. You know, I'm going to go out there and try to finish this guy.
There's an old adage in combat sports, styles make fights. And I think a lot of people were so excited to see you two in the cage back in March because of that. I will say this from a fan perspective, the best thing two things I think have really played into this bout coming up at 266 is the fact that the postponement allowed for fans to get to know you guys a little bit more through the return of the Ultimate Fighter, but also instead of fighting in an empty UFC Apex in March, now you guys are going to be in front of maybe 15,000 fans there at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Alexander, let me start with you. From a fighter standpoint, how much better is it fighting in front of a bunch of fans in an empty arena?
Mate, so much better. So much better. I miss the crowds. You know, I never used to respect it enough. You know, and then fighting without a crowd, and it was such a weird feeling, and, you know, I just didn't like it. You know what I mean? It was something that I perform better in front of a crowd because I'm really good at controlling them emotions, and I can use that energy. But, mate, this is going to be different. You know, I'm going out there I'm putting out on a show. I'm going out there to entertain. I really want to go out there and, you know, obviously put hands on him and finish this fight. That's exactly what I want to do. You know what I mean? So just winning isn't enough. I want to go out there and finish this fight and put on a real good show for the fans. I want everyone leaving that stadium, you know, wow, man, I'm just on another level right now, and I can't wait to go and showcase my skills and put him away.
Well, Brian, the last time we were in Vegas, of course, it was Poirier-McGregor 3, and the crowd was electric. There was a finish, and people were buzzing when they left that arena that evening. What impact, from your standpoint, do you see the electricity of that moment having on this fight?
Well, anytime I show up to fight, it's always a show, you know? There's not one fight that you've been in mine where it's been boring or where the crowd is booing, you know? Every time I show up, you're getting entertained, whether it's me winning. Even when I lost the match, whether it was me losing, you're going to get a hell of a show and a fight.
No, UFC fans can't wait to see it from both of you guys as well. Main event, UFC 266, the featherweight belt on the line. Ortega going for it for a second time, and Alexander trying to defend it for a second time. Guys, we appreciate it.
No worries, thank you. Just before we leave, when it was 4-0 for Ortega, he was all for, you know, gloating around the house and rubbing it in. And then now times that, you know, it's changing. Now he wants to act like it's all good. I told him to keep that same energy, but he doesn't want to do that. So he doesn't want to get into the heated arguments, which is, mate, that's a go. Because, again, you're talking it up. You thought you were the man. You thought you were the man when you were winning. Now things aren't going out. You're trying to play it all cool so I don't rub it in.
You have no argument. You have no comeback.
I told you to keep that same energy. What's this?
It's hard to feed off someone who has weak energy.
Weak energy? Are you serious? You stand there looking in the camera and just trying to look pretty. We barely get a word out of you. You're trying to play it all friendly like we're best mates when you're sitting there in front of a camera thinking you're the man.
Look, it's not my fault you're ugly, bro. Like, come on, dog, relax. You even try to shave your head to look.
Mate,
you look like.
Mate,
come on, relax.
Good looks will only get you so far, mate. Once I get in that octagon, I'll punch that prettiness out your face. Don't you worry about that.
Hey,
I ain't need to look pretty. I'm a fighter. I ain't need to look pretty. I'm a fighter. Hey,
bro. No,
the comeback's here, baby. Here we go. Knows who I am. No. Really?
Sure.
Knows who I am. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
What do I not sell? What are you even talking about? You wait till I put my hands on you. You'll see. Like I said, I'm going out there to put you away, and that's exactly what's going to happen. You watch.
That's what you said with Max, and you ran around. Come on now.
Now you'll see, mate. You'll see. You can sit there. Hey, like, why even bring that 2-0 against Max? Don't you? I wouldn't bring that up if I was you. But just remember, you're full of. That's why you. Hey, that's why you want to act like we all good, because you don't want me to put you on show and tell everyone how much of a piece of you are. You're lucky the producers and the editing team are doing you a favor, making you look like a saint on this show. But we all know you're full of.
You're full of. You said, hey, bro, don't be afraid to talk.
Hey, mate, I'll shake your hand. Hey, I'll shake. Hey,
so
I'll shake your hand. No worries. I can shake your hand. Still.
To be fake and spice up the show.
Yeah, I did.
Then shake
100%. I said that.
You shook my hand, and then you went out and you talked. Who's fake?
Yeah, 100%. That was before.
Who's
that was
fake?
before we started. Then you
fake?
started winning. Then you started putting on my boys. You know what I mean? You start winning. You start putting on my boys. So you thought you were the man. And I told you, keep that same energy. You're going to put on my boys, say your team means nothing. You're on my time. Maybe you guys would win more. You and your coach are saying stupid shit like that. I'm like, all right, keep that same energy. We're turning it around. Now you're just zip, 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 zip. That's what you do. Anyway, we'll see. September.
You had 6
exactly,
weeks to talk. Never did. Now all of a sudden you're behind the camera. Stuff. In person, you don't give that same energy.
I called you a piece of shit to your face. You didn't do nothing. What are you talking about?
You didn't do a damn thing about it. So
you called me what?
I told you to shut the up, and you didn't do nothing about it. You sat there and you stayed quiet.
Mate,
you actually listened.
Oh, actually, yeah. We'll see, mate. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, we'll see what happens. You play all like tough guy. Think you're the man. Think you're gangster. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. See you soon.
My voice is the same since I started this interview.
Hey?
My voice has been the same since I started this
interview. Yeah, you're full of shit anyway. Anyway. No worries. September 25th. See you there.
Later.